Welcome to Long Lost Brothers, the podcast devoted to talking shit and self-improvement. My name is Brett Scott,
I'm Jesse Cole.
and we are the Long Lost Brothers. What's happening, Jesse Cole?
Man, just keeping it gangster. Life is good, man. Things are progressing nicely. The sun has returned, and my mood, man, has been super elevated. And I've kind of somebody told me something like 2 weeks ago. I think I might have said this on the podcast already, but they're like, if it doesn't serve your peace, then don't give it energy. And I've been taking that to heart. And then the sun came out. I started running. Been doing a little bit of working out just on lunch in our little office gym. Nothing crazy, just little pumpity pump. They got a GHD machine, which is crazy. And they're about to buy a legit Rogue squat rack. So I'm like, okay. Yeah. I mean, I have like a gym membership, but that's dope. Like, instead of just going eating cheeseburgers at lunch or whatever, I'm like doing work, so that's nice.
Yes.
And in a high stress job, sometimes it's cool to just be able to go like to the next office down and like crack out, bench press some 60s for a bunch of reps and stuff like that.
Yeah, I wish I had a gym at work. It'd be fucking sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty man. I'm not gonna lie.
Same here, man. I was thinking just the other day, like, damn, like spring is here. Even though I don't know, it's a week or two early. The groundhog said it was going to be a few more weeks, but
and that groundhog don't know shit, bro.
Yeah, it's been like upper 60s, up into the 70s this week, man.
Oh, you getting that heat? Our like top has been like 57 or something like that,
which is perfect actually for running. Like 50s. Oh man.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I'm loving it.
Yeah. So where are you at in the training then? Like how many miles are you running right now?
This is like week 1, so I think tomorrow I got 4 miles, so I'm gonna smoke that. I've been training with this fella that's not quite as seasoned into running as us yet. He's a little bit bigger, and he's just not, his cardio's not there yet. So it's like this week is super like easy, like it's like a 3, a 4, a 3, and then a 4. So it's like easy stuff. Yeah. But he's pretty like fresh at running, so he has to make a lot of stop stuff, which is totally fine. I'm totally cool with it. But I think next week I'm gonna have to be like, hey, look, this is the starting point, this is the end, because I'm gonna have to really train, because I'm really gonna run this real marathon with my friend Brett, and I really gotta not be behind, because you're already like getting into the deeper miles.
Yeah.
Like I don't have any doubt in my mind. Like right now, this minute, I could take my ass outside and run 10 miles. It'd be all right. I wouldn't be happy, but I could do it, but
yeah. Shit. That's well, the cool thing about marathon training and doing it so far out like this is like the main theme of it is base training. It's like building up that base. So it's super slow running anyway, you know what I mean? So it might work for a while with your dude, and he might actually get up to speed pretty quick.
Yeah, well, he's a super cool dude, super smart, and he's in it, and having just a partner that's down to do to do work, I mean, it's just another long lost brother joining the gang. It's cool, man. I'm not mad at it. Dude, he's been sticking to this keto diet. He's been dropping pounds. He's just killing it. So it's like much respect, like loving it.
That's always fun to see, man. Like somebody new getting into it, but then like you're always cautious. You know what I mean? When you got a friend who's like getting into it, because you're like, it's like 9 times out of 10, somebody just like does it for a week and then they're like, fuck that, go back to their old ways. I mean, it's tough to make an actual change, like change habits and shit. So that's awesome that he's actually
he's been shredded before. So this is saying his first climb up the mountain, if you will.
Okay.
So he knows what it takes, you know what I mean? He's like, yeah, like he showed me old pictures where he had abs and he was all jacked and shit. And I was like, all right.
Yeah, that matters, man, when you have a frame of reference like that, like something that you know it's possible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it makes a big difference. That first time is the fucking worst. Like if you've always been overweight and you're trying, you got 70 pounds to lose, like fuck, it's tough. But once you lose it the first time and get to a certain level, then it's like, if you ever get out of shape again, it's like it's in there. It's in there. Like you know how to get there. You know what it's like to be there. It's a different feeling when you know what it feels like to accomplish the goal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To go back and re-achieve it. It's a different thing.
And I'm like always like super mega hard on myself, you know, like, oh, you're getting fat, fool. Like, damn, look at that belly, good job, fat ass. You know, like I give myself like a mental beat down. But then like sometimes in the morning I'll wake up and I'm spitting shit out my mouth. I'll wake up and I'll be all dehydrated and I'll see my little 4-pack still there and I'll give the little double bicep. I'm like, still jacking these motherfuckers shit. Like,
Yeah, man. You can think back to like old fat Jesse who never knew what it was like to be jacked.
well,
You know what I
man,
mean?
I remember I wanted to lose weight so bad, bro. I would when I was fat. Okay, I was working construction, hard ass labor and hard ass heat, like 100, 108, 110 sometimes, and doing construct like concrete, like which is one of the harder trades. Um, so I remember when I was like, I just decided I'm not gonna be fat no more. I knew nothing, literally nothing about any health, fitness. Like that is not something we talked about in my house.
Hmm.
It was just, you just eat, and like my whole family is pretty much thick. Uh, like my dad was like seriously obese. My mom, she ain't fat, but she's chubby. And like all my brothers and sisters are thick. And so anyway, I forgot I was going. Oh yeah, so it's like there's no frame of reference in my family. It's just like eat vegetables if you want to be skinny. Like so like I remember I was just drinking like those naked juices and V8s
Yeah.
and like 2 boiled eggs a day. And it was like, and then I'd work all day, and then I'd walk about a mile and do 30 to 90 minutes on an elliptical because I was so fat I couldn't run because my knees would hurt.
Hmm.
And I did that, and one day at work I like damn near passed out, dude. And so
Yeah.
so so then I started researching, and it's like I don't know if I told the story before about how I really like got into all this, but it's like I just do the elliptical because you can't get embarrassed just on the elliptical, because I was like, man, I see all these strong jack dudes, and I'm just like, oh, hey, man, I'm just this little fat kid. I don't really know nothing. Then I get, the gym would be empty. I'd sneak over to the machine area, bench press this little
Yeah.
bench machine, like, oh, this is cool, man. And then it's like, I was scared of freeways, but then, you fast forward some years and it's like, I mean, you've seen my lifts. Some of them, and they speak for themselves. Nothing like, it's not like fucking Eddie Hall, but I ain't no punk. I'm pretty strong now. Like I haven't bench pressed like a legit bench press in a while, and I floor pressed all the weights that we have at our work gym for it's 205, and I hit it for 16 just to do it. That's all right. I was like, not bad out the gate.
Yeah,
Still got a
man.
little.
Yeah, there's something about like when you have that to look back to, like when you can look back and go, man, I didn't know shit. That's one thing. And then another thing is I've been worse off than I am. Like that's
Yeah.
always like I mean that goes with everything. I mean that goes with
Yep.
recovery, that goes with
Oh,
relationships. Like I mean I just
yeah.
it is sometimes as dysfunctional as my current relationship might seem in the moment. I think back to the real dysfunction of
Yep.
previous relationships. Like damn, um, I'm doing all right. We're doing okay. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And then same thing with working out. Same thing with like with running, man. A year and a half ago, I was completely gassed with like a lap around the track, and
I
that's no
remember
lie.
that. I remember you talking about that. And it's like, yeah, and and now it's like you're gonna run 11 miles tomorrow, and
Mhm.
I don't foresee you stopping or giving up
No,
on that.
no, it's the
Um,
thing now, and that's the thing about it. It's like, man, you do something long enough, it just becomes this, just part of what you do. Becomes you can't imagine it in the beginning, like something being easy. That sounds ridiculous. Like I'd never imagine myself running 10 miles, ever, ever
right,
in my
right,
life until this past
yeah.
year. And
I never anticipated a marathon. I remember I would run far as shit because I got down to like 170 pounds, and I was just like, I'm gonna start running to do my cardio outside because I'm all jacked now. I want everybody in my town to see because I'm a
yeah,
see
yeah,
cunt like
yeah,
that,
yeah. Uh-huh.
And anyway, so yeah, so I did that, and then but I never, but I'd do like 5, 10 miles, but but I never would be like, I'm gonna run a legit marathon until last year, and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna do that because that's the gold standard of you ran far as fuck, right?
Yeah, it was an
Yeah,
inconceivable thing for me a year ago.
yeah,
Fucking no way I could run a marathon. And then one day I
I
was just
know.
like, you know what? I think I can. I think I can.
Well, it's like, when I was and it's the same thing. You were talking about recovery. It's like, man, I never had a life like I have now. I didn't
Hmm
know that I could, have credit cards and pay them off. I didn't know I could have a car and not miss payments. I didn't know I could, I didn't know I could have a house and pay rent. I didn't know I could raise kids. Like, I didn't think that was gonna be a thing for me. Like I knew I was raising my kid, but I was doing a shitty job. But you fast forward and then we're talking about relationships. While we're on that topic. So me and Kimberly officially got engaged last weekend.
hmm
Like, yeah, and I
Patience.
appreciate you not dropping that episode until Sunday, Saturday morning. Uh,
Yeah.
so me being the most predictable human being on the planet, I got her, man. I got her good. Let's check it out. We had all these plans that we did do, but Saturday morning I just went over my little backpack where I had my ring, and I did a little army crunch, jumped up on her, and I said all those sweet, beautiful things that you say when you're trying to get somebody to spend the rest of your life with you. And yeah, man, it was beautiful. And I'm like, I'm really happy, man. Like that's huge. It's a big step, and now we're saving money and planning our wedding, and that's cool, man. I'm excited about it.
That's awesome, man. I'm excited for you. That's awesome.
Yeah, and okay, so back to okay. So anyway, enough with Jesse and his relationship shit. But you know, it was a pretty. That's a huge event for me. I was like, I'm never getting married again, and Kimberly was of the same ilk.
Yeah.
But
Yep. Yep.
her kids call me dad, and she's the love of my life. So I'm pretty dialed in with her. I think we're gonna be okay if we tie the knot. We can make that binding contract. you know, but yeah.
Sir.
So yeah. So my thing that what I've been doing on top of the running is just slow steady on the assault bike for a little 20-30 minutes at lunch sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I did that a couple times this week. Like my workout at lunch is not like super, like it's not even like designed. It's just I'm gonna get a pump in my upper body, a little bit of shoulders, a little push-ups, pull some bands, do some GHD sit-ups,
hmm
and then get on the bike for a couple minutes. Just as get back my body used to working again and doing these things, and doing little bicep curls, just
Yeah. What are you using that app, that Run with Hal app, or no?
I'm not. I'm
Okay.
going back. I'm sticking with my strategy that I used last year.
Okay.
I think that's gonna suit me. I know I should use that app but I'm a, since I'm running with this dude, and he's trying to invite a lot more people to run with us, which is fine. I think the
Mhm.
more the better, because then I won't feel bad if I'm smoking everybody, but or getting smoked by anybody either too. That could be a very realistic thing. I'm not that fast.
Right.
But
There's something to it too, man. Running a group. I've never even done it, but I hear that it's a productive thing, man. It keeps you going, like having somebody to run with.
well, yeah, and he's kind of at the early stage where it's like, all right, we're gonna run to that thing right there, and then we can walk till you catch your breath, and then I'm cool with that, and that's how everybody starts. That's how I started. I was like, this is what I would do. I'm gonna like I was like when I first got clean, I started running again, and then I would be like, and then I was like out in the country, like wheat fields and coyotes, and that's about all you're gonna see other than farmhouses, right? And telephone poles. Okay, so I was like, I'm gonna run to that pole, then I'm gonna walk, then I'm gonna run to that
Yeah.
next pole. So it's like he's at that stage, and that's cool, So
Same.
it's cool,
Same.
but I have to kind of supplement. I think I'm gonna have to supplement some of that to just make sure that I'm up to par on what I'm like. I need to achieve my goals, but I still want to share this experience with my friend too. So I'm trying to decide for how I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, I feel like well, honestly, it's good even so my father-in-law is and it's funny because did you watch that Rogan podcast that I sent you yesterday?
No, I miss, man.
Okay.
It's
All
been
right.
hard for me
Well,
to catch podcasts lately.
okay. So Rogan had Matt Fraser on,
Yeah.
and they got to this point though in the podcast where they were talking about race walkers. Um, and they pulled up a video of it, obviously, right? And they're like, that is not, they're not, what are they doing? What are they doing? Well, my father-in-law is an Olympic level or was an Olympic level race walker. Like, and it's no joke. Like, it's no joke. Like, really, and they're doing like
Yeah.
ultras and shit. And
Yeah.
race
I've
walking.
seen, and it's like they deduct points or time or seconds off your time if you bend your knee, something
Yeah,
like that.
this dude, let me tell you though about how race walking, like it is funny when you watch it, it looks silly as fuck. And I make fun of him, but at the same time, that dude is walking faster than I run, and that's no lie. No
Yeah.
lie. His marathon time's better than mine, and he walks the motherfucker. So, but this dude, like, I mean, he puts in like 10 miles a day. That's his maintenance shit. Like goes to the gym, puts in 10 miles, lifts some weights, and he's like 65 years old.
Gangster.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a beast. Anyway,
I'm trying to be like that.
one of his biggest pieces of advice to me when I first started running was like, don't even worry about running the whole time. When you do those long runs, he's like, if you got to walk for just a little bit during it, he's like, it's really about accumulating the miles on your legs. It's
Okay.
really about keeping your heart rate up, but
Yeah.
not too far up, staying in that zone two. And a lot of times to stay in zone two, you almost have to walk. Like when you
Right.
get really pushing it,
Right.
once you
'Cause
get
if
up
you
to
look at all
eight,
my
nine,
runs, if you look at
go
all my
ahead.
runs from last year, my heart rate is cranked the whole time.
Hmm. Hmm.
And that's like that killer cardio that what's that Mark Sisson was talking about, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, where it's
Yeah,
like
I've heard that.
yeah,
I've heard that like when you know, if you're really trying to train zone two and build that cardio base, a lot of times in the beginning, your heart's just not used to moving and you have to walk a lot of it. So you don't go above zone two too much, you know what I mean? And it
yeah,
builds that aerobic base. That's the thing. So it might not be a bad thing. I mean, it's going to be a good thing for your friend who's doing it, but it's not
yeah,
going to be detrimental to you either, like to walk
yeah,
with him.
yeah. I'm not no like I would prefer to do it with him than not for sure. He's a good dude, fucking knowledgeable of many things, and we have it's cool, man. I'm not mad at it. I just know it's just not the way that I'm used to running by myself and just doing my thing and putting my headphones in and getting after it and being a maniac as I always am with in
Mhm.
all areas of life. But yeah, that's exciting, man. I'm pumped to do this marathon. I'm stacking up my vacation hours so I can do that. Yeah, I'm coming, man. Coming out.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. I hope you can make it out. That'd be
I'm
fucking
I'm
cool.
thinking I'm thinking it's a thing. I'm thinking it's a thing, man.
Cool, cool.
So,
Cannot
yeah.
wait. So, we talked running for like 20 goddamn minutes. So let's pivot a little bit, man. What's going on? Like, you been watching anything this week? Have you had any time? Uh,
Let's
what's
see.
up?
There's a movie. There's a fucking badass movie on Netflix, bro. You have to watch it. It's called I Care a Lot.
Yeah, I
Have
heard
you?
of it. I heard of it.
Ooh, you need to watch that, my guy.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
What's
Oh
it about?
fuck.
I don't even know what it's
Okay.
about.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you who the. Okay, so you remember Elf
Yep.
that I've argued is one of the greatest movies of all time, especially in the Christmas genre. Okay, so you remember that guy? What is the angry elf? Are you feeling strong, my friend? That
Yeah.
feller.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So he's a gangster. Okay,
Okay.
okay, and then there's this lady. Her job is to be a legal guardian for senior citizens, and she's kind of a dirty bird. Okay, her I'm trying not to spoil it, but she's kind of a dirty bird. She targets individuals with just a large amount of income or accumulated wealth.
Hmm.
And as she cares for them, she kind of just puts them in a group home and sells all their shit.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll leave it at that, and I'll let you watch it. But oh, that movie's good.
Say for because from the synopsis, I'm not sound like I'm not thrilled about watching this movie.
No,
So
no, oh no, 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 no. There's so many plot twists, so much wild
okay,
shit,
okay,
bro. Like, no, there's action. You think that it's like the main character. You want her to die, but she won't, and you think she's gonna be dead, and she's not. And then all
okay,
this shit
okay.
happens.
All right, don't say too much.
I'm
Um,
trying not to, man, but dude. Oh shit! Sorry for the light flash. I got a power
no,
cord
I'll
problem.
definitely. I've seen it on there, and I kept going like, I wonder what the fuck that is. So
It's one of
I'll
them.
check
It's
it out.
like it's like I have this thing where it's like when I see a Joe Rogan episode that I know I'm gonna like a lot, but it's like I'm gonna start watching that. I'm gonna be in it for 3 hours. I
Mhm.
I just can't. I don't have that time to give to that right now.
Yeah.
It's that was the feel, but me and Kimberly were just like home, and we were just like we had time to watch a movie. So what's this? And when I watched like the first part of it in the morning, and I was like, oh, this is gangster. It's like okay,
Okay.
okay. But then I turned it off and we went and did our whatever we did that day, and then I came back and I was like, yeah, babe, no, this movie's fucking bad. I was like, I could tell it's
Okay.
gonna be good. So
Maybe
yeah,
I'll watch it and knock out a little YouTube review, little
it's
podcast review for it.
it's definitely worth the watch, bro.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. I'll check it out. I watched
it'll
something
be
on Netflix too this week.
what you got for me?
I checked out that Biggie documentary. Have you watched that?
Oh, no, I have not, and I do like big.
Yeah. Yeah. It's called I Got a Story to Tell. And it's really good, man, because it was like now I was never big into Biggie, no pun intended. I knew like the radio hits and shit like that,
Yeah,
but I was never like real big into Biggie. And honestly, I was like, I was like more into Tupac. Um,
yeah. Everybody after hit him up, it's like, oh, fuck Biggie, that's like the yeah, I get it.
but for real, like Biggie, skill wise, is like
Dope.
maybe the greatest of all time, dude. Like especially like changing the rap game, right? In
Yeah,
that era, like he changed how people rapped. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And
yeah.
definitely
He's
put
dope.
like East Coast back in the fucking limelight.
Yeah, who's doing that
But
right now is fucking Benny the Butcher. Oof, Angel
oh yeah,
Ortiz bringing New York back. Oh, yeah,
well,
those guys.
so well, this is the
Anyway,
cool
go
thing
on.
about the document. The cool thing about the doc is that a it was like a member of his crew, and that's why I said, forgive me if I don't know which one of his crew.
Is it Little
Uh,
C's?
no, no idea, no idea. But one of the members of his crew had a video camera like all the time.
Oh, word. Probably some Little
Yeah,
C's.
for like a year, and like I don't know from I don't know, like most of the footage was like from when he first started blowing up, right? It was like
That's dope. Yeah.
early 90, 92, 93 or something like that.
Okay.
And then when he got on with Puffy, and then when Puffy got let go by the record label and he started his own and shit, like this
Oh,
whole era, this dude was walking around with a video camera, and he decided he was like, oh, I'm just gonna fucking film everything. And
that's dope though.
lucky that dude did, yeah, because he's got all this cool like fucking behind the scenes footage of like what's
Man,
going on, and it's
that is
narrated really well. It's put together really well. They talk to his mom a lot. Like most of the movie is almost narrated by his mom. You know what I mean? And
nothing wrong with that.
yeah, and it was just really good. It really showcased uh the talent more than anything, and how he was a legitimate hustler, and
Yeah,
he basically was good at that, but also really fucking good at rapping, and
yeah,
decided he had a decision to make, like, okay,
yeah.
keep doing this and make a lot of money, or go do this and possibly make a lot more money.
You want to know
Um,
what's really ironic? They were talking about
huh,
this, and I wore my death row sweater all day today.
okay, yeah,
Anyway,
yeah, man. Yeah, but it was fucking it was really good. It was really good. I liked how much it talked about like his talent and his intelligence and stuff like that. And it showcased that, and it didn't go too hard on the like beef with Tupac and how all that
that's
went down. Like it definitely mentioned it. It
yeah.
definitely talked about it. That's the end of his
Well,
life, you know what I mean?
yeah, I
But
mean,
it
you
did
can't,
documentary they didn't make the documentary about that. And I like that.
yeah,
It
you
was
can't
really
talk
it
about
was
Jesus without the devil, kind of thing.
Yeah, but it was really good. I definitely recommend it. It was good.
Yeah, that.
Uh, so I don't know if you saw my Facebook post this week, but I was trying to sell my car over
Yeah, I
the
did.
past,
Did you
and
sell it?
I did. I sold it.
Did you get took?
No, I would say I got took. Um, so I went into it knowing I had a bottom dollar, right? And I basically got that. Like, I'm like, oh, I'll let it go for this, and that's what I got. But
Nice.
it it just it reminded me that I hate selling shit online, like selling shit on Craigslist, because just people are like,
I know,
dude, with
man.
the
It's like,
low
bro,
ball,
don't
dude.
don't don't try to come here with that little low ball shit. I mean, we can bargain, we can negotiate. That's fine.
Yes, yes, yes.
But
But when I put a car already on super fucking sale because I want to get rid of it for
yeah,
$1,500, that's a cheap fucking car. For you to come at me and be like, "I'll give you 600," like get
uh,
the fuck out of here, dude.
here, you can give me
Anyway,
600. I'll beat you up and take it.
yeah.
Come bring
So
that bread on over and meet me right here in this alley.
So and then there's this whole like thing that people try to do that just doesn't work anymore because money transfers are like instant now. Like remember
Yeah,
back in the day, it was like someone would write you a check and you'd be like, I'd rather have cash. You know what I mean? Because I can trust it. I know it's not gonna bounce. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to wait a week or whatever to
right.
have it go through.
Yeah.
But
So nah.
nowadays you got Cash App, you got like all this shit. You instantly get money in your bank account like that.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
Cash App, PayPal, yeah.
yeah, so and
Cash
so
App's
it's
better. They
silly.
don't steal you. They don't steal your money
Yeah,
and
I
put it
like
back in you.
Cash App. I
Cash
use it
App.
all the time.
Cash App's the best one.
Yeah, they need to sponsor the podcast.
Yeah, Cash App. You need to sponsor our podcast. You need to send me some of that free cheddar into my little Cash App.
Yeah,
Any
dude, Cash.
any of you listeners want hold on. If any of you listeners want to send me some cash, yeah, I think it's just nah, I ain't gonna go there. I don't need you guys'
Um,
money. Doing okay.
but so the thing that it just kind of makes me crazy that so many people are still trying to use cash as if it's like better
Yeah.
than anything else. Like so people
For
be like, "Hey
me,
man, I'll come over there right now and I'll give you $500 cash right now. Got it in my hand right now." I'm like, cash means nothing, dude. That means
I know.
nothing to me.
I'm like, that's such an inconvenience.
What are you trying to get me robbed? I don't need $1,500 in cash right
Right?
now.
I'm like, what are you
Stick it
trying
in
to?
my bank account.
I decided to go to a whole now to take a trip to the bank too. Gee, thanks, bud.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like,
It was funny though, the dude that I ended up selling it to, like he comes in, he looks at it and he's like, "Would you take 1,000 for it?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "That's my bottom dollar. I'll take 1,000 for it." And he comes back the next day to actually exchange money and take the car. And then he acts like he found shit wrong with the car, right?
yeah,
Last week. He's like, "Oh, I didn't notice that yesterday." I'm like, "Well, I'm sorry you didn't notice it. It was there."
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and he goes, it's just so funny. It's just so like it's like anything to be able to say that you got a deal. Like you're already getting a deal, bro. But he's like, "Would you maybe take 960?" I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing? 40 bucks?
Come
40
on,
bucks?
man. That's like a
Really?
dinner.
You,
What?
you didn't even try for 100 off? Like $40? What is this? What is this?" So so I was like, "Oh my God, man." I was like, "All right, since you didn't notice the damage yesterday or whatever," I was like, "Tell you what, 975." And he goes, "Man, that sucks, man, because I only got 20s." And I was like, "Well, I guess we're gonna have to go 980 then, aren't we?" And he's like, all right, 980. Like, okay, whatever. Anyway, sold
Man,
the, sold the car. Um, have you ever, you know anything about sleep apnea?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. My little brother has it. My dad has it.
I think I
Yeah.
might have it, dude.
Man, you better get you one of them breathers. Hold on, while we're on this topic of selling shit online, um, I had a PS3, okay,
Hmm.
and this is just today. Man, I'm sorry, my computer's making noise. Hold on. Uh,
I don't hear
I
nothing.
had it. Okay. Anyway, let me run the podcast with my bullshit. Um, okay, so I had this PS3 that I fried our old PS3 in a flood, so I bought my son a new PS3.
Mhm.
Right. And then he got an Xbox, so he didn't want it. So it sat in his closet for a while. And then we gave it to my next son, my other son, Caden, right? My 9 10 year old. And he played that, but then for his birthday, he got an Xbox. So he tried to give it to my daughter Turtle. Turtle ain't even she's like, I don't need a PlayStation, man. That thing sat on her floor for like 3 weeks, and then grandma went and cleaned her room, and next thing I know, I got a PlayStation on my bed. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't play video games, man. What am I gonna do with this punk? So, so Miss Kimberly put it online and sold it in 23 hours for $100.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude, yeah. I mean, like we got off work, went and met some lady at Subway, give me $100. I was like, that's fucking mint. It's like, what else do I
It,
got laying around this fucking house, man?
yeah. It is convenient. It is convenient. That's one thing. Like, at least I didn't have to, like, I complained, but at least I didn't have to put an ad in the paper and fucking,
Yeah.
spend the money to do that and then have people call me on the phone and miss calls and shit. It's like, it's so convenient nowadays to make, transactions. Um, but yeah, I know I know what you're saying though about like you kind of you're like, oh shit, I like getting money for shit that I don't use. Like I'm doing the
Yeah.
same thing. My wife's like, can you sell my summer tires? I'm like, yes, let's do that. Let's just sell everything. Let's let's sell all this stuff.
I know. I'm like looking around, like, what do I not use that we have? 'Cause, man, like I was thinking, like, literally my closet is full of clothes, and every so often I just go through it and then just give
Yeah.
away my old clothes to the homeless people because it's like
Yep.
it's nice. They're beautiful clothes. I just don't wear them.
Same. Same.
So it's like, man, you can just have it, bro. Like,
Like
you know,
a t-shirt collector, bro. Like especially like the vintage tees and the print tees, like stuff that like has picture or says something on it. Like
yeah,
I've just got so many, and when I really look at it, it's like I wear like 6 of them in
right.
rotation. You know what I mean? Like the other 36 I could probably get rid of.
Yeah.
And yeah. So
Um,
yeah.
yeah. Speaking of t-shirts and apparel and stuff, um, yeah, I'm getting in that game here shortly, man. I'll keep
Yeah.
y'all posted, but yeah, I'm starting this little clothing line. It'll probably just be like hoodies and t-shirts, maybe some hats and beanies initially, maybe a fanny pack or two. I don't know, but I'll keep
All
you guys
right.
posted. But yeah, yeah, that's something that has come to light that I've been wanting to do for a minute, and then yeah, so I'll probably be plugging the shit out of that in the coming months. So stay tuned. I'll probably do me a little LLB shirt. Gotta get one. Gotta get that on the team. Gotta get some merch
Yeah,
for the
man. Like
squad.
me and my wife were actually talking about buying one of them little crickets where you can like print uh shit for t-shirt. It's like you print I don't know, man. I don't know how you
Man,
basically print it's t-shirt printing is what it is, like or
yeah,
fabric printing. Yeah, and it's like a couple $100, but like it's worth it. You make like 5 t-shirts, it's worth it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah, we're thinking about buying one of those. I think it'd be pretty cool. Pretty cool
I'll
make
up
my
you.
own shit.
I'll up you on the game out fair because I ain't trying to give up my game, but I'll give you some. I'll give you the jewels that were passed to me. But
Right on.
yeah, man. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm gonna come out with some a little bit. Me and my buddy that I'm running with, we're gonna partner on one. And then I might do my own too. But he's been
Hell
doing
yeah.
Cascade Kingdom, man. Check that out on Instagram. It's my partner's thing. It's it's Northwest, very Northwest based. It's into hiking and all that kind of stuff. So check him out. It's nice.
Sweet.
He's a good dude, and he makes pretty dope stuff. So yeah. So anyway,
So
up, upward and onward with the rest of the show.
my
You,
my son is turning well he turned 11 last week, and
mm,
like tomorrow he's having his little like going to like a trampoline park or something like that.
oh yeah,
And
that's dope.
yeah, so that's a cool thing we're doing. But
You
it
ever
it
been to
just
one
put this
before?
oh yeah, I took my daughter to him.
Boom Shaka is a hitter.
Yeah, they're fun. They're fun.
Oh
But it makes me realize how old I am because like
yeah,
just bouncing on a trampoline, it sounds really soft and gentle, and when your body isn't used to doing it, it's like not, it's not at all. It's like
I
You
get
jacking your
amazed at the shit I can still do, man. I'm like jumped off this one platform on a trampoline, did a front flip onto this other thing. I was like, I actually could still do that. I'm old as
dude.
dirt.
Do you remember when you were a kid and you could like walk around on your hands and knees or like walk on your knees all over the place? I can't do that for shit. Like
Yeah,
I
no.
try to get on my knees and just sit just on my knees, like on the floor, and it
Yeah.
hurts. It
Yeah,
fucking
like
hurts.
I can't sit Indian style, man. I mean, I
Yeah, there's
can,
all kinds
but
of
I don't
shit
want
like
to.
yeah.
It's not
Fuck man.
comfortable. I used to be
This shit
like, everybody used to sit Indian style as little kids, and now I'm like, give me a chair, man. You got me confused. Take a
Mhm.
knee, maybe. I don't know about Indian style.
Yeah, yeah. So but the my son's birthday, like
Yeah,
and
it's fine.
it's just it's become a thing. He's basically a teenager. Like he's only 11,
Yeah,
but
I get it.
I don't see this kid. Like I don't see him anymore. He stays in his bedroom. He's online all day. Like it goes from like online school directly into online social, socializing. Like and
I
we just
get
don't
it.
see him. We don't fucking see him. He comes down sometimes to eat. This kid
I
used to
know.
just he
I'm
used to
raising.
food all the time. Like he used to be kind of chubby. But now he's like a stick because the motherfucker's too busy. Fuck it all. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't want to eat even. I'm like, man, this is crazy.
Yeah,
But
dude.
it
My
just all
my
of a sudden
KJ
like he's like a grown up now.
raising gremlins.
Um,
Raising
but that
online
brings
trolls.
up this issue of puberty.
Mm.
Yeah. And while I don't think he's like real interested in girls and shit yet, like he's not like super into like that. You can tell he's still into being a kid and hanging out with his dude friends, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, it's definitely there. He likes girls. He just ain't like pursuing women yet. It ain't driving him yet. He's not to that point yet. You get to a point where it is all your life's about.
Yeah.
It's like chasing
Um.
that tail. That's it. But my
So
wife is really, really kind of uncomfortable and grossed out by like male puberty. Like she like she's always asking me questions. She's like, when do boys start getting boners? I'm like,
you were born. Did you change diapers, lady?
I'm like, I mean, they're kind of around forever. I mean, I was like, you don't really have those like the uncontrollable ones until you're like, like maybe like 12 or something, like
Yeah.
13 when you're like sitting in class and you can't fucking get it to go away type shit. Like that's not happening, but I was like, yeah, I mean, he's getting to that age where it's about to start getting
Yeah.
uh, he's
Sorry.
gonna spend more time alone and shit like that. Keep his door locked sometimes. Like, but she's not ready for that. She's just grossed out by it. She's like, they're gonna start doing their own laundry. I'm not touching their fucking clothes. I'm not fucking. It's disgusting. I'm like, yeah, it
Man.
kind of is. I was like, dude,
Well,
boys are
boys
kind
are gross. Yeah.
of yeah, dude, and like also like they don't give a fuck about hygiene and shit. Like I remember like being a teenager and it's like other shit's more important and it's like, oh, I guess I am kind of ripe. Like you don't give a fuck. Like, dude, I don't know. Boys are so different than girls, man.
Yeah, my son's pretty much dialed in with like his showers and stuff. But my son is very much my son. I mean, he's 16. He's got his car, dude, and he's just chasing them, bro. But my son's he was on that for like a minute, and I don't think he's given up. But like he has gone full construction worker, bro. Like everything he owns is Carhartt now. He just wants to go work, pack boards, pack
Okay.
shingles. I'm with that. I'm like, all right. Like he's getting hella strong. He goes to the gym still. I'm like, he's been like losing weight. I'm like, go for the gold, Jay Bird, man. So yeah, he's
Yeah.
got some ambition.
I
Oh
wish
man,
I'd have been more like that sometimes. Like I wish I'd have not been fucking chasing tail and not been preoccupied with, whatever else, fucking drinking, drugs, like
oh
whatever,
yeah, that's what. Well, because my son is a very money hungry individual. Okay,
Hmm.
um, he always has money stacked away somewhere. He's smart, right? And he knows that he can utilize resources to get some money if he does some work. So, and he's not afraid of hard work. So, uh, check it out. So, Jalen. he always had. I can't rat out his spot, but I know he's always got about $100 scrolled away. You know. Um.
Hmm.
So anyway, but he buys. He'll save up and buy expensive shit. Like like he needs a part for his car. He'll work and buy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when
Opposite
it
of
comes, yeah. But then he'll make me buy him like a fucking iPhone 4. But he'll go halves on it, or not iPhone 4, iPhone SE, whatever the fuck the new one is. Fucking
um,
but he went halves on it. I was like, all right. I was like, I'll sport you it, but you got to pay me back half. And so a couple days he went and busted his ass and came back with a couple $100. So, all right, I'm right. I'm not mad at that. I would have just bought it for him, honestly, but
I'm trying to do that with my boys, man. They like so far they ain't having it. They're pretty fucking lazy. I'm not gonna lie. Like they don't like work.
oh, my son
Uh,
don't like work. He likes to make money.
yeah, yeah. Maybe that's what it'll take for my kids to be like, like care about putting in work. But right now, man, it's the last thing on their mind. 10, 11 years old, like
Oh
they're
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
My
But
10 year
it's
old.
hard to get them to do anything that has to do with work. I'd be like, take the trash out. They're like,
Yeah,
like. But I
yeah,
do. I mean, you gotta fucking make them do shit, or they'll never. You know what I mean? Like once
yeah,
they reach a certain age, they need to be helping the fuck out, especially when they're making messes, like their laundry and shit, and their
yeah.
fucking bedroom
I
is a
know.
mess.
I need to get on my little gremlin. He's like just on Xbox, man. Like that's all. His whole life is like Xbox right now, and anyway, his whole life is like I'll tell him to go to bed, and then I'll go to bed, right? Because I've been sleeping way better.
Mhm.
Uh, and then all of a sudden I'll hear like he's yelling at somebody with his headset, and I'm like, look at my clock. It's like like 2 in the morning, and I'm just like, bro, what are you doing? It's tomorrow already. Go to bed, man. You got school tomorrow, fool. Like
Yeah,
it's like, man. I was like,
yeah.
I'm gonna take.
We have to take shit away at bedtime. We're
Yeah.
just like, all right, bedtime, hand it over.
Oh, well,
Gotta
yeah,
sleep.
that's how I'm with Turtle, my daughter. I'm like, babe, give me your phones. Come on, it's bedtime. And it's cool.
Mhm.
She's cool. But Kate, you try to take that remote, bro. We're fighting. You
Mhm.
know, uh, but I'm like, look, put on your movie, get in your bed, leave your controller by the game, go sleep. All right, man. And sometimes that works, but sometimes that does not work. But he gets up like extra early to play his game before school starts.
Mhm.
Like he's on it, bro.
I feel you, dude. Yeah, we had to that would be our life too. We had to make specific rules like, all right, hand over the electronics at night, and then there's no fucking getting up early to play. We have a time they're allowed to get up. Like they can't, because that's bullshit, man. Like especially when you're like me, like I work super late. Like I can't be having a kid wake me up at fucking 5:30 in the morning. Like I'm sorry, you need to
Yeah.
fucking stay quiet. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, we don't let them get up super early. It's too much. It's like because they would get up as early as it took. You know what I mean? They'd be like, I'll set an alarm. I'll get up at 3 and start playing. You know what I mean? They're crazy. They're crazy.
All kids are crazy, man. Man, my
Yeah.
my little one, he was sick last night, right? He's like had some constipation going, and he was crying like all night, like all night. Like Kimberly went and laid in his bed with him and stuff. Like, I looked over and I heard him crying, and I looked over and Kimberly wasn't in here, and I guess he was like delusionally like dream crying, like I don't want to watch that show, and she's like, we're not watching nothing, baby, and we're sleeping, remember? He's like, oh
Mhm.
yeah, go to sleep, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And man, and then it was all that, and then so my little one, he likes to sleep downstairs and watch the downstairs TV a lot, and that's fine because then it's like he's not pestering his brother or his sister, and they just got their own separate areas, right? And that man, and it's cool. He goes to bed. He ain't hurting nobody down there. Um, it's safe. All the doors are locked. They've got the little child knobs. He can't open them. So it's all it's game tight. Uh, well, it's not because like he doesn't have to get up for school. You know what I mean? He don't care. So anyway, so we made him sleep in his bed, his Spider-Man bed that cost 400 something bucks and all this bullshit. And that's not bullshit. It's nice to give the kids nice things, but
I feel you, man. I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? He's got a Spider-Man bed, a Spider-Man blanket, and a Spider-Man pillow. Okay,
Yeah.
and then his
It's
brother
like
has the same set but Batman.
uh-huh.
You know, I mean they're dialed in. They got it pretty good. Okay, so all night it's like off and on of getting up and trying to take care of Ryder, the little boy who's crying and his stomach hurts, he don't feel good, and then I shit you not, man, I woke up to why are you doing this? And I was like, what is going on, man? And it's literally KJ in the room playing his video game, and I'm like, I had to like remove myself from the situation from I had to like catch myself. I was about to go yell at somebody, and I was like, if I go in there screaming, it's gonna wake up the kid further. If it's just gonna be worse. So I just go in there. I'm like, Caden, bro, your brother's sick, and you're screaming, and he's just barely sleeping. So you need to really just stop right now, please. And like, I'm trying to not be a psycho, but I was like, I had to give him those dad eyes for a second.
Yeah, one time I'm not the best person when I'm just waking up.
Oh,
Like
dude, I'm
it, it
terrible.
I can't really be held accountable for my actions. It's like but like here's what's fucked up the one time and I didn't mean to explode on him, but it's what happened. So my son and it's happened on a couple occasions, but this one night it was I don't know what was he comes down into my bedroom. Like, he doesn't stop at the door and like knock on the door. He doesn't like yell down to me or nothing. This little creep creeps up on me while I'm sleeping. And he gets within like a foot from me before he announces his presence. He's like, I mean, he's right up near my face, and it's just like, Daddy? And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ! I'm like, what are you doing down here? Why are you in my room now? He's like, I can't sleep. I'm like, go the fuck to bed, bro. This is crazy. You just scared the shit out of me. What are you doing?
Right, like okay,
man.
so I'm like an insomniac, right? Like there's nights I sleep well, there's nights I do not sleep. Turtle, man, it was a Saturday and I couldn't sleep all night that Friday, and then I finally get to sleep, and then I don't remember what it was, but I opened my eyes like to wake up naturally, and my daughter is like, yeah, like right here, and I was like, can I help you? Like, oh my God. I'm glad she was just like, I didn't mean to wake you up, or I'm just really hungry. I'm like, all right, baby girl, you're right. It's time to get up. Can Daddy just sleep for like 10 more minutes? But like, yeah. I feel you, man. Little kids are creepy as hell.
It's funny though. I definitely have a different reaction to my daughter waking me up than my son. Like my son wakes me up, I'm like, for one, he's my son. He can handle it. And she's my baby girl, and she's like my little princess.
I get it, man.
But for two, he's like damn near 11 years old. I'm like, you don't need to be creeping up on me, dude. All right. Like my daughter, 6 years old, comes up and she's like, Daddy, I can't sleep. It's kind of cute, but he comes in my room like, Daddy. I'm like, get the fuck out of my room, dude.
If you have a toddler, you cannot watch Pet Sematary ever.
Oh God, I don't know why you would, dude. Why would
you just can't? Like, no. It's just traumatic, man. Especially if they're cute and blonde. Like my child, I cannot watch Pet Sematary until he turns like 10.
Dude, you ever listen to that? Do you ever listen to Scared to Death, the Dan Cummins podcast with his wife?
I haven't in a while, but I'm aware of it. It's really good.
Well, so I don't know if I told you, but I was getting my son into Time Suck for a little while, but it gets a little fucking extreme sometimes. Like,
yeah, he goes a little dark for the youngins.
Yeah. Like when they first, like once he was talking about I don't remember what he said. Something about like cutting off babies' penises or something. It was like, oh, okay, we're not gonna listen to this podcast no more. But
Albert Fish is a little extreme.
Yeah, but I did find that the Scared to Death is a lot more tame, and it's actually a lot more fun for I mean, I wouldn't say little kids, but if you got like a 10-year-old, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it ain't like
enjoyable. It's like campfire stories, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like Lindsay gets scared, but like I'm like, it's kind of spooky, but it's kind of stupid.
Yeah, yeah. It's fun though. It's just like
Yeah,
campfire stories. Anyway, my
it's
son
a
and I
good.
love like we listen to that now every week. Every week, him and I listen to Scared to Death.
So,
And but one story, dude, got that fucker. Like he, I remember we were listening to the story and there was this ghost that made this sound and it was like and it was silly. The sound was like po 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 po, right?
yeah.
But the story was fucked up. Like it was about like a 10-year-old kid who went to stay with his grandparents and there was like this demonic force in the house. Like it was fucked up. And my son, he's like, "Oh, it's a good story, whatever," right? But then like a couple hours later, I was telling my wife about the story. I was like, "Yeah, me and Cameron were listening to the story earlier, and there was this guy going like, po, po," and my son was like, don't say that. Don't do that." I'm like, "What, man?" He's like, "Just please don't say that. Just please don't say that." I'm like, "Wow, okay." Scared him.
Man, yeah. Speaking of scary kids, my little scary 10-year-old just popped in. Yeah, man. All right. I think we're about an hour. I want to wrap this thing up, man.
Yeah.
It
Got
really,
an early run tomorrow, bro.
yeah, yeah. So, let's train hard this week, man. I
Hmm.
think after the marathon, we'll probably bring back the challenges to finish out the year.
Yeah.
But I think right now, I think it'd be prudent for both of us to just focus on running,
Yes. Yep.
and then we'll bring back the challenges. Get all big and jacked for the winter. All right.
Agreed.
All right. So I got kids being loud in the back, so I'm gonna get off here. Uh, Follow me, Cole with a K, or follow the Jesse Show or Long Lost Brothers underscore podcast on the gram. Facebook, the Long Lost Brothers podcast, the Jesse Show. Watch the Daily BS YouTube channel. Am I missing anything? Oh, Marvel Plus podcast. You know, all of the Long Lost Brothers universe that is. Enjoy us as you can, and we enjoy you guys reaching out to us always, and we appreciate you listening. And I think that's it. My kids are being super loud, so I gotta go.
That's
But
a wrap, bro.
all
All
right,
right,
love
man.
you guys. Be safe, and we'll see you next
Later.
week.